I'm going to be doing my persuasive speech outline on the importance of learning how to cook at a young age. But yeah, so diving in, I'm going to be starting with the importance of being able to sufficiently feed oneself, and beyond that, the ability that comes and kind of stems from just being able to produce one's own food and likewise products can lead someone into a much more produceful, or maybe productive would be the right word to say, where since they have the ability to kind of cook and create for themselves, they're able to translate that kind of into a much better outlet for their abilities to grow as a person on a personal level due to the ability to be self-sufficient. With a lot of studies being conducted on just those who both know how to cook for themselves and comparing those to those who are a little bit more reliant on pre-made food or fast food or basically like any other outlets like that, their abilities on a personal level suffer much more, at least in my opinion, and based off the studies too. But it also shows a lot more just based off of not just nutritional choices, but also in their life too. By being able to learn how to cook at a young age, or when someone becomes independent, they also gather and acquire life skills that are translatable beyond, the field of cooking, just because they're able to take those skills that they learn from being able to cook at a basic level and translate to them the other facets of life. Uh, but I'm going to be talking about how important cooking as a skill is in regards to one's life, like self-sufficiency, life skills, overall independence. And I just want to be talking about just how exactly it is able to stem from being able to be taken and taking that basic learning of cooking and how it's able to be translated into those other sectors of life. But my first point is basically going to be on just how learning how to cook, you learn how to basically just be self-sufficient. You learn how to be an independent adult. Cooking as a skill gives abilities that other skills just basically cannot. It's one of the most three basic forms of human needs: sleep, or I mean like a shelter, water, food. Being able to prep and make food completely by oneself is a basic skill that is needed. The ability to learn meal prep and the skills needed to properly manage food within the fridge and pantry and nutritional, basically facts. The ability to make healthy alternatives instead of fatty secondary choices is also an extremely important part, especially today. Cheap food is fatty food. Being able to take that time and make some really quality food and just make it a lot better goes a lot further in your life, comparing it to just, I don't know, on the way home you pick up like a burger from McDonald's or anything along that line, and it just kind of really, it takes a toll on your life, especially. So you'll see it eventually, probably anywhere past like the 30th year of your life. But I want to be diving onto the IJBNPA study on skills learned through cooking. It's a study that I cited. Dr. Lavelle, who was the author for this, created a study on creating and teaching these essential skills at a young age to teens and younger. The entire team of 9 scientists total conducted the surveys and studies on the skills that these students or children express and learn due to the fact of being able to cook. Their goal here was able to be just showing how, like, if they learn how to cook, if they learn these skills from being able to cook, they'll be able to kind of translate these into the other these other sectors in life, and how much of a skill learning how to cook is, but more importantly, how much it can be used in other just ways of life. They talk about how the results that showed the child anywhere around 12 years and or teen anywhere from 13 to 18 learned that the significantly greater numbers that have confidence their cooking and food skills, cooking practices, cooking attitudes, diet quality, with the exception of fiber intake from some of the adult learners. Mother was primarily the source of learning for most of these people, and any of these, the people like only that learned from the source had a significantly better outcome out of the 12, I think, of the 23 measures. But I mean, this really goes to show that just how important learning how to cook is, how being able self-sufficient can kind of go so far in life. Uh, but I wanted to kind of translate that into my second main point, which is the importance that comes from being able to cook, and that the likewise skills and the ability that can be easily translated and cast throughout these people's lives. So not just only is being able to cook and be able to kind of just be self-sufficient is important, you're able to make these skills just kind of show up in other facets of life, as I've been saying prior. Meal prep can be equivalent to studying before a test, as an example. Just being able to kind of take these mental notes of what's needed, what do I need to plan for, what do I need to prep for, basically. What do I need to be aware of is something that's really important in life. And it's not just studying. It can go as far as being for a job or starting a family. Anything that's really, really important like this. These skills kind of just show up as, these are like sneak peeks. It gives you a really good trailer on what you need to learn. And these skills kind of just foray you into these a lot easier than other ways of just not being able to learn it through just not learning how to cook. I wanted to talk about the ability to take one ability learned from cooking and use it to enhance someone's ability elsewhere. The ability to use these skills in a way to better one's life on a personal level, just because you know how to cook, it is able to just greatly enhance your life overall. It's from taking what is learned and then using it in other sectors of life. Basically, just again, you learn something from cooking and you're now able to translate it. Just because you've had this kind of touch up of a topic, like example, like that meal prepping again, or like being able to look at nutritional values, being able to kind of sector up what's in like a proper diet. What do I need to do to not just be eating like straight, I don't know, trash? I mean, seriously, being able to learn that and being able to become aware of that is a really valuable life skill that I feel like a lot of people need to become aware of. Uh, I want to talk about my second source, which would be by Science Daily on kids' cooking skills dictating nutritional future. They taught that being able to be like taught at a young age the importance of meal planning and proper nutrition, and likewise lessons can help a child save themselves from a life of poor eating habits and thereafter allow for someone to have a much happier and healthier lifestyle. And this is just from not even learning how to cook, but just being aware of like nutritional value. It goes a very, very long way. I just wanted to touch up again on all these, but it's basically cooking is an essential life skill that needs to be taught. And for many reasons beyond just being able to make your own like self-sufficient and healthy food, the ability to translate these skills kind of learns like from cooking and other sectors of life is a tremendously powerful skill that many could say they took the time to learn how to cook. By being able to learn how to cook, one is able also to take their own lifestyle into health in their hands and use it basically to understand nutritional skills much better with their own healthy alternatives. And then finally, cooking is a skill that both soothes and relaxes the soul, mind, and body, and from it allows for someone to become a lot more just comfortable with themselves, just a little bit more happier in their own skin. But I wanted to end on a really powerful quote by Gordon Ramsay, where it was like, I cook, I create, and I'm incredibly excited by what I do. I've still got a lot to achieve. Thank you.